Hi guys. So this is a redo video for our last class. We talked about Flutter app directory and introduction to some to widgets. And I mentioned it's usually the first thing I'm meant to talk about is the stateless and stateful and inherited, but then there's a special class scheduled for that. So I'll just right into the ones I can take. So app directory, yeah. So for app directory, I'll just proceed to creating a new Flutter project, which I believe this point everyone can do that. So just going to name this CCN app. And we wait for it to build. Okay, so now we have our built Flutter project application. So we'll just proceed to talking about our folders here. So we have the Android, iOS, the lead, test, web, Windows, kit ignore, and the rest. um, on Android. So this is the root file and iOS and so Android mostly you'll be working on you'll be, for instance you need to activate uh, some packages used. You would need to come to your source file main and Android manifest for that. So but that's not the course of the class, as well as iOS. And we have the lib. This is the folder that holds all your app UI and functionalities and logic. So we have the tests. So you want to run tests, widget tests, unit and integration tests, and the rest. So you need this file for that. And the web too. You want to run your application on the web. That's it for you, and Windows as well. Then we have git ignore. Git ignore literally is you have a file directory you don't intend to push to GitHub, so you can just specify that in git ignore, and we have the prospect Yami. I think that's the next thing. So for here, it's prospect Yami. Prospect Yami does Prospect Yami does it's where you install your packages, your external packages in Paint for your build. So you come and specify the package, the parts here, and for instance, we'll be using provider for this application as we move to API consumption. So you just have to go to pub.dev and get whatever package and you specify it here. And then you have to be mindful of where you do that. You get, like, if I'm trying to install, when I mean how you do that. Okay, let me just move to the the image here, and I comment this. So for instance, if I have it like this and I run this, it won't work. An error is, and it will keep throwing error that it can't access the assets folder. So you need to always specify this correctly when you are doing your when you are installing your packages. So I have um okay, so I talked about different ways of installing packages, which is one, you can either go to command palette and you search for um, and add dependencies. Yeah, but then I have it here already, so this is it. If I click on it and I just need to and type in the name of the dependency and you click enter, it downloads your dependency. But the thing that comes with doing that is it downloads the latest version of that package you're trying to install. So if you intend using a lesser version due to your SDK version, because some versions don't go with the with some SDK versions, so you might need to degrade your package version. So another way to get is to go to pub.dev. Yeah, so here you have all your packages that you'll be needing for your Flutter application. So pub.dev literally houses all the packages you'll be using. So okay, so I think there are some here that I've used before, so it's kind of giving me those suggestions here. So let me say provider. Let me just try provider. Okay, provider. And again, another thing you can look at for it when you search for a particular package. So there might be lots of those packages um, here. So you can just check for the ones that are most that has pop. So I might try to do something that involves phone number or something, and then there are lots of packages for that. People build packages, different packages every day. So yeah, it's good to try other ones, but if you have less time and you're trying to just get to the point, you can look out for the one that has more likes and points and popularity. So it kind of saves you more time because it shows that okay, people have more satisfactory using this particular package. So you can just dive right into it, and it's it's always good to read the readme of this packages you're trying to use. It gives you more insights to see if it will help you achieve whatever you are trying to achieve or not. Okay, I think I have one that I've searched for before. Let me just search for it again. Uh, okay, country picker. Okay, so it's just like this country picker. We have lots here. We have lots here. So I'm trying to use one. So I might want mine to display in some certain way or to do some certain functions. So I need to go through all of this to be sure that okay, whatever that is here, can I tweak it or not? So be sure to read the README to see the things you can do, how you can change it or to get your desired output or not. So if it doesn't work, you have to try others. So that's how to use packages. And there's always examples of how to use them here. There are always examples, and then you have your versions here. You have your versions here to um to this okay, so for this provider, for null safety we just have the 2.0. Sorry, for the country picker, for null safety we just have the 2.00. So if you are using version 2.3, you definitely be needing this 2 points for your project, else it will throw an error. So when you save a package, when you install a package, it's best to save. So most times your when you try to run this package on your UI, it might complain. So you don't have to worry much. Most times it might just be your network that was slow to saving this dependency. So um, you might need to save again. And for some dependencies, you might need to restart, like not or to restart or to load. You might need to like close close the project and start all over again, and start it like and stop it and start from scratch, because some packages need to build from scratch. So saving might not just do the trick. So you might need to stop. So when you get issues like that, you can just try stopping it and starting the project all over again. And another best way to solve errors is you always get those you always get your error logged in your debug console. Whatever it is, you always get it logged here. So it's best to just copy, whatever error it is, and you paste on your Google, and it shows you a lot of reasons why. Stack Overflow does the trick actually. So you get to know why, what happened, what is going on, why yours isn't working. So that's the best way to go about it. And okay, so um yeah, another thing is you might be trying to, okay, let me just leave that for now. I think I'm trying to give another instance of debugging your errors, but let me just go to folders. So for folders, for this directory, you can add more folders to this. Like I want to add the image, so I can add the images folder, and then I would need to specify it here. I need to specify it under my assets that this is my image folder. And then remember to always save when you are done with your prospect here. I mean, whatever you do there, remember to always save. Else it won't read into whatever you just did, and then it will keep showing error. So remember to always save whenever you you specify a path here to a folder, to a directory. And so that's for that. And we have the, okay, now I'll proceed to the lib where we'll be doing most of the things today. So for our first directory, we have the UI. We have the UI that when building your project, there's the UI that displays whatever you need to see on the application. Yeah, so for that, we can just name that. So we have the main. Main is what runs, is the root file that that runs your application. So the main is going to be there on its own, standing on its own. Then we'll have to create a different folder in the lib now for your UI. So I will name that pages. And so we have the pages for UI. Then another thing you'll be needing when running when building your application is utilities. So I'll come back to explaining each of this, what you need them for. So I'll just do utils. And another thing you'll be needing is your model. This is for your logic and all that. Then the last, okay, I think I have other things. Another one is we have your services. Yeah, services, whichever. Um, okay, I think, okay. So there's the last one, which is widgets. So I'm going to be widgets. So I have these different folders now in my lib. So I'll start from widgets. So widgets literally houses reusable widgets. When you're building your app, you'd need you would definitely be reusing some widgets in the sense that maybe you have a specific app bar that runs through the app. You might want to, you know, build the widget for this app bar and call it wherever you need it. Or you have a certain kind of container you'll be needing to run through the app. You'd want to build this container and call it wherever you need it in the UI. Yeah, so this is literally what widget does. It just houses widgets that you'll be reusing um, in between within the life production of the app application. So before I go further, there are different ways to creating a folder structure. There are different folder structures out there, and my advice is you go whatever works for you and your team, and whatever works for you and the company, whatever the company is using. So this is just the basic of what you can use to run any, you know, basic application. So we have the widget that houses the reusable widget, and we have the utils. So utils you can house constant values there, like your key. It's like other things, URLs, and all that. You can house them on your constant, and under utils too. We can have so you just create files for whatever you're trying to do under this folder. So for all under utils, we can still have colors, dot. We can have images of that. We can have our team dot. And the rest. So you can have this under utils where you specified the colors you'll be using for the application, the images you'll be using for the applications. Just it's best. This is good practice, because if you need to change colors throughout the app and maybe the primary color of the app, you don't have to start going to the UI and searching for places that have these colors. So you just go to where you've defined your colors to change those colors. So it's best practice to do it that way. Okay, I think let me just for the sake of this class, just so I'm going to come and I would run a color class, but then let me just proceed to explaining other pages before I come back to that. So for we are done with tutils. So we have the services. This is where it houses your business logic, what part the where you be calling your endpoints and all that. So that's what the service for houses. That's the functionality part of it. Then we have the pages. So pages literally just houses your UI, like whatever you'll be doing, displaying on your application. So you can have that there. Under pages, you might have different features in an application, like you can have the authentication, which is the sign up, the login, the registration, all this flow. It's the authentication flow. You can have it in a different folder under these pages, and maybe there is the wallets feature too. So you can have this wallet feature under pages, and maybe there is the notification feature. So I can have under pages, I can have the arts folder. Under pages, I can have the wallets um, wallets folder, which is a feature on its own. Under pages, I can have the notification feature. So now you can go ahead and create each of those files inside this folder. So for auth, probably I have the login, so I can just have it login that, and under auth I have the register. I can have it register and that. So that is how you keep your pages clean and easily accessible. So if any other person picks up this project, they would understand what you're trying to, where these folders, what they need to do, where they are located. So it's best you do these things this way. So you yourself, probably you drop this project for a while and you go back to it. It will be easier for you to pick up from where you left off. So these are best practices to your pages, sorry, to your folder directory. And then we have the model. Model houses the class model of an object. You maybe an object needs a key, a widgets, a color, and all of those things and different things that you'll be using for your application for the business logic. You This model houses all of that. So when you start consuming API for the classes that would hold on that, you would see how to use this model and services more. So I'll just proceed to pages. So for the main, we have this as our root file. So I'm just going to run this application, and so while it runs, let me create. So for the pages, we need to display the first screen, which is a page on its own. So if you run the application, definitely you will have the first screen because everything is under main. But we want main to just have our root directory alone. So we have to clean it up and have other pages for that. So okay, so let me see. Inside my pages, I need a new folder and I will name it home. So I'll just do home dot that. Okay, so I have my home. So I can proceed to my, okay, I'll just create a new stateless widget for home, and I'll call it home page. Home page. Yeah, always remember to import your material widgets. So I have my own page. If you have this as container is going to return um, a black screen, in the sense that it's just a container. It doesn't have anything inside. You've not specified colors, you've not specified other things. So if you specify color and other things, definitely it's going to return those things. But this is a container. But then for your roots files for pages, it's you can you we have scaffold that's we can use to achieve other things. So if you're building a page from scratch, you definitely have to use scaffold, except you're trying to build a widget for other things that you don't require the methods in scaffolds. Aside that, you can use your containers to build your widget. But then we are trying to build a page, so I'll be needing scaffold because I need the body and the app bar for it. So I'll go to, okay, I think I should let this app run before we do that. Okay, so our app has built. So I'll just go back to the home where we have our root file. Okay, so it's okay. So this is the default Flutter application build. Um, so I need to clean up this roots file, and I'm sure you'd want to delete this just to keep it neat. And I don't need this anymore, so I'll just take this out to, yeah, so this will complain because it's not seeing the folder anymore, the file anymore. So I'll just take it out. And I think I did the home page to an home page. Yeah, so this is its home page. So this is it. The so most times it might not really bring out the home page. It might not import the home page file here. So let me just do that. So what you can do is to for Mac, I'm not really sure what Windows is, but you can check. But for Mac, I do my command dot and it brings out what I need to import. So this is just a short route the short route directory, but I'm going to use this. It's still the same thing, by the way. So if I run this application now, it would read to my home page here. This home page I have here, but then I don't have anything in my home page, so it's going to be an empty blank screen. So I'm going to put in my app bar. Yeah, I have Abba. So I talked about using widgets in Flutter. So when you're using any widgets, be sure to check um, what this widget can do. There are so many things you can do with each widget. So you wouldn't have to try and check out for packages, using so many packages on your application when you have a huge widget that can do that. So be sure to play around your widgets to see what they can do. Um, the Flutter documentation is there, so you can check it out, check each widget, check the YouTube. When each widget comes out, I know they usually do drop YouTube videos for them, so you can just play around the YouTube videos, check what each widget can do. They hold so many things that you can't even imagine. So for scaffold, we have the upper, we have the body, um, floating action button, and all of these things to the drawer and all of these things, end drawer. So these are things that would work, but you wouldn't know till you check. So be sure to check what your widgets can do. So I have the upper, I have the um, upper here. Yeah, so like I said, check it is you just have to place your cursor on that widget and it will show you everything you need to see. So for the app bar, I have the leading, the automatic leading, title, actions, flexible space, elevation, and other. Okay, so I talked about a few. The leading, which is the leading, like it implies the leading. What you intend to do with this side of the app bar. So, do you intend to have a an arrow back button, or you intend to have a menu bar icon or whatever? So you can specify that in the leading. It's a widget, so you just add a widget to it. Then we have the automatic leading, which is either true or false. So most times when you navigate to a new page, and the page needs to take you back, and it's a navigation route, so it would automatically bring out the back button, the flutter back button. So what you need to do is you can just set this. This is a value, boolean value, so you can set it to false. But then if you want to, if you're routing to a new page and you don't intend to specify your own leading value icon, you can just set this automatic leading to true. So that does the trick for you. Then your title, Yeah, you can put your title as a widget, so it's a text. You can have it as anything you intend to. So there's a center title boolean value too. If you either want um your title to be centered or not. So there's a center title. I'm checking for that center title. Um yeah, center title. So it's a bool value. Either you make it true or false. There is also the automatic leading space. Sorry, there's also the flexible space if you intend to add to the size of your app bar. You know, app bar has a specific height. So if you intend to increase the height of your app bar, so you can check out this flexible this where is it again? Yeah, this flexible space. And then there's the elevator elevation. If you intend to, you know, intend to let me run this. If you intend um to remove this elevation, you know, you want it to just align with the UI, the screen, the body. So you can set that to be 0 because it has its own um assigned elevation, so you can set that to be 0. Then there's the background color, the foreground color, the brightness, and there are lots of things here, so be sure to check this out for any widgets you are using. It helps you save time and all that. So I think that's all I have for the app bar, so I'll proceed to the body. Yeah, and yeah, I was trying to I'll create a widget, a body. So I I mentioned safe area the other day. So safe area is just saying that whatever phone you are being run on, like whichever phone size you this application is being run on, it shouldn't exceed a particular space. So that's what safe area does. It just keeps those your widgets away from those safe areas. Like, so even if there's no padding to your widgets, it won't exceed those safe areas. So that's what safe area does for your body. And I'll just have a simple widget here. So if you are trying to work with column with the whole screen, you need to start your widget with a column widget. But if you intend using just maybe this first side of your screen, you can start with the row widget. Um, and that's it. So we have the expanded if you intend to take up this whole space. And so there are lots of widgets in Flutter. You can check them out. There are so many things you can do with those widgets, like lots and lots of widgets. You'll be surprised when you start digging into these widgets. Like there are so many widgets that are there that I haven't even used till date because there are lots you have no idea. There's so many things you think of how to do them, but then you'll be surprised Flutter has them all. So I'm going to start with the center widget because I'm trying to have a widget text here just displaying my name. So it's going to have a child. So the child will be text. So I'm going to have that text as my name. Okay. Okay. So for the recent updates, you need to be sure to use your const where you wouldn't be calling some values that you know don't require constant there. So you need to put constant const for your constant values. So I want to have my style. So we all know about the text. We all know about the style for um our text. Okay, so for the text widgets, sorry, I don't need that. So for the text widgets, we have things we can do here: the alignment, the direction, the soft wrap overflow, the max line, and all these things. You can try them out. So I'm just trying to use the style, like the style, which is the text style. So I'm just going to have the style here because I intend to, do some decoration to the text. So text style. Okay, so you can put the font size. Yeah, so in text style, we have things you can use to the color, the background color, font size, font weight, font style, letter spacing, and all of that. You can check them out. So I intend to use the font size. The font size, I want it to be 30. Okay, and then I want to do a color for it too. The color should be colors dot uh, um, yellow. I'm not sure how that will look like, but let's try that. Okay, let's do green. Okay, so you have your styles here. So let me go back to the utils where this might just come handy. I talked about the theme. I'm going to emphasize on the theme and the colors mostly here. So when you are working with Flutter theme, and you know that this application would require you setting different themes to this application, like the dark mode, the light mode, and the rest, you'd really need to specify your theme before your theme class and before starting up your application, because it will save you a lot of time when you are done building your application and then you need to start working on the theme. You realize that you have to go back to, imagine this application has like 50 pages, so you have to go back to all these 50 pages and start setting your theme, your text styles for all of this theme, which can be really frustrating. So there's a text team class. You can check it out. There are some documentations on text team, so you can check it out. And they have the text style has texting styles have the headline one, the headline two, the body one, the body two, and other things involved, the title. So these things are specified with the color and the font size and the font weight and the family Google font weight. So you can change all of that in your texting here. You can change all of that in your texting. So when you are calling your style here, now you don't need to use this the text style. You can just use the documentation will show you how to use the texting. So you need to just do a context dot texting and thereabout then it will either the headline one or the headline two. It will display whatever it's specified here on the theme for the headline one. But you can as well still customize those text themes you get to have what you want. I personally don't like those themes, they don't give me what I want. So I always specify mine and use the copy with function to when I call it on my UI to do what I want to do with those themes. But the deal is that I have my colors specified. So when I'm changing my theme from dark to light, it's taking effect because I've specified these colors in my theme. Okay, so yeah, that's for theme. You can look up on theme. It's a whole lot, so I can't dive into it today. So you can look up on theme and all that. But let me talk about the color. I think that's like the easiest. So I'll just have a class for color. Just have a class for call it app colors. Um, So let me just specify one color, have the color widget, and I'll call it the primary color. Now give it a color dot green. Okay, I give it a color dot green. So let me go to my home and call this color here. So I'm trying to have my color here. So I can just do my app color, call the class. which is app colors, um, your primary color. Okay, I have a const there, so it's going to definitely complain. So I need to remove this const. Yeah. So sometimes const, it's not, you can't use it when you are going to be changing values. Const are literally for widgets. For widgets, you won't change values. So this value will change over time. So um, that is why it's complained of the const. So I run this, but then I had the initial color as green, so it's going to be green. So when I have different text style and I specify this color, so anywhere I have my green color, I would, if I intend to change those green color to red, and just do it right here. And um, why is okay? Let me go back to my home. Am I calling it on the wrong place? Primary color should change. Sorry, I'm really not sure why my red wouldn't change. Color, that is my color. So I had to conceal. Oh, okay, okay. So I have my red, my color changing. Sorry, I forgot to add the cons. So you can change your colors to whichever color you intend to here, and you have it done. So that's best practice for colors and your theme and images. To set your images is literally just the same thing. So wherever I want to use my image, I can just call the image widget. And okay, so I can have my const here apparently. Okay, so wherever I need to use the image widget, I can just call the image class and specified the particular image I have specified on that to that name. So I just call it on the widget. So you can check this documentations on that, on the image class. Yeah, there are documentations for that, how to set and define an image class and use it in your widgets. And for the theme too, and other things too, you need to know about widgets and um, and classes. So I think that's all for this class. Trying to see if there's any other thing I'm missing out on. Okay, guys, I think that's all for this class. I think I was sure to mention everything I need to. So that'll be all for the class. Thank you for joining. Oh, thank you for watching. Bye.